there's no doubt about that. But the unions are entitled to make the decision as their members dictate, and it's a matter for government now to reflect on that.
Do you think these pay cuts will have to go ahead?
I think there is no avoiding the fact that in the present fiscal year, 300 million has to be found from the pay bill. That's the place in which we find ourselves, and there isn't any avoiding that. And that's the matter that the government will have to focus on now.
Are you and your Labour colleagues prepared to legislate for pay cuts if it comes down to it?
Well, I think what government will have to do is, consider how best can we find 300 million this year as savings in the pay bill. And, I'm not going to, at this stage, cut off any option in terms of how we might be able to do that. But government remains determined that we have to do that. It would be a shame to divert now from the path of necessary rectification of the public finances in order to get the economy back in shape. I mean, we've put a number of the very important aspects of the jigsaw together, step by painful step, culminating in last week's extension of the maturities on the loans from the rescue fund. Between some 20 million savings on the promissory note, more than 9 million savings in the interest rate changes negotiated, and some 15 billion in respect of subordinate bondholders, and 7 years extension on the maturities in the rescue funds. These are very, very major steps, which means that most of the heavy lifting is behind us. And at this stage, we can't abandon the ongoing progress towards the narrowing of the deficit target for 2015. So, all options will have to be looked at. But the Irish economy now is far more competitive than it was. It's very well situated in terms of its capacity to grow, provided stability can be restored to the Eurozone, and provided Eurozone leadership can deal with the issue of monetary union.
But if it arrives at a situation where a second deal can't be done and the government has to make some hard decisions, do you think your Labour colleagues have the stomach to do that? Can the government hang together?
I think you're jumping a lot of bridges now. I mean, if the agreement had been accepted yesterday, then it wouldn't have come into effect before the 1st of July. So that date hasn't changed. So there's no need for me to start jumping bridges before I reach them.
Would you regard re-entering negotiations with the trade union movement as a possibility or an option?
Well, I would always be in favour of maintaining, best quality dialogue with the trade unions. I mean, I think that's important because this is quite a complex question in the sense that it's not just about saving money in terms of the state's accounts, but it's also about reforming the way we deliver quality public services. And in that sense, different areas of the workforce are charged with discharging entirely different functions and duties. And it would, in any event, I think, require contact and dialogue with the trade unions. And I'm sure that will continue. I think even unions who have voted to reject the proposals that came out of Croke Park II, have signalled that they are willing to look at alternate ways of introducing badly needed reforms and at the same time making a contribution to financial savings.
On the matter of the judiciary, what do you make of the comments that have been made in recent days